Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of WWE 2K23 Universe Mode. And we are here with one of the final episodes of SmackDown here on 2K23. And tonight, we are starting off with the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and the Wise Man, Paul Heyman. We're starting off the show with Roman Reigns saying he wants to address not only Tyler Bate, but Cody Rhodes and Big E as well, following the last couple weeks where, I mean, it's been a tough scene in the backstage area between the Bloodline and those three men aforementioned. And now Roman Reigns has taken that personally and an attack on his family and wants to speak here tonight. But nevertheless, I want to welcome you to SmackDown as we see the world champion here on Friday nights. We are ever so closer to the Survivor Series pay-per-view, which is now, we now know is going to be Survivor Series War Games, thanks to the Raw side of things, where Damage Control will have to find a partner to face Becky Lynch, Katana Chance, and Alba Fire, and they also have to find a partner, and they're going to face off in War Games at Survivor Series. So big announcement last time on Monday Night Raw. And now we have a huge show here on SmackDown as well. You know, capping off with a huge tag team match as Shayna Baszler tag teams with her best friend, Miss Money in the Bank, Ronda Rousey, and they will face they'll face the Women's World Champion here on SmackDown, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka. That's gonna be a hell of a tag team main event here tonight. But right now, you can see the Bloodline down to the ring, the greatest prize in SmackDown, on the shoulder of the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, who, you know, has one specific bullseye on his chest, literally, in that World Championship, and he has so many contenders vying for that. It's tough to choose one who will face at Survivor Series and, you know, later. I mean, we have the Royal Rumble coming up. We have a special show in between that. We'll get to that in the next coming weeks and into WWE 2K24 as well. And just as a friendly reminder, the last show for 2K23 is going to be Survivor Series, and then we jump in, hopefully, seamlessly into 2K24. But I know some people aren't in the game, so I'll leave it up to you guys if you want me to find CAWs, if you want me to find some things on community creations of the Raw and SmackDown roster. Do you want me to just do that and add the extra superstars? Do you want me to take the old superstars out, the new superstars in? It's all up to you guys, because again, this is all for you guys. This is all thanks to you. You keep watching these shows. You keep wanting me to make them. But nevertheless, we'll get to that at a later date. Roman Reigns has something to say. Well, one announcement from the Tribal Chief, another War Games match. At Survivor Series, the Bloodline will face Tyler Bate, Big E, and Cody Rhodes, and they have to find another partner for 9 days. They have to find a partner in 9 days to face the Bloodline in a War Games matchup. But right now, Solo Sikoa is going to have a little training session with this man right here. He is him, and he is Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes answering sort of an open challenge from the Bloodline, courtesy of Solo Sikoa. But nevertheless, that's another major matchup for Survivor Series, and the card is shaping up to be one hell of a show. And a War Games matchup. The Bloodline versus Tyler Bate, Big E, Cody Rhodes, and a partner of their choosing. And there's no shortage of people who have problems with the Bloodline, and there's no shortage of people who want a shot at that World Championship. So there's going to be probably a line outside the door to get that. That's supremely crazy. But nevertheless, here we go. Carmelo Hayes inside the ring. Here we go. The first featured matchup here tonight is Solo Sikoa versus Carmelo Hayes. And here we go. Bell has run. Oh, what a kick right to the face of Solo Sikoa. And there's an enziguri to follow up. And now Solo Sikoa is no man to just lay down for his opponent. He is the street champ. He is the enforcer for the Bloodline. And there's a wheel kick. Spinning wheel kick from the enforcer and a headbutt. And we all know Samoans have just the hardest heads in the business today. And Solo. And now, shot right to the midsection from Hayes. Hayes trying to kind of get his first kind of foot here on SmackDown. I mean, he was part of that triple threat match a month and a half back between him, Braun Strowman, and I think Robert Roode was it. And that was a kind of featured matchup to feature kind of the guys that are up and coming here. Oh, what a move there by Hayes. But Hayes is trying to make things work here on SmackDown. It is a tough crowd. It is a tough work environment here on SmackDown. Just trying to get to either a Intercontinental Championship match or a World Championship. And right now, it's just a crowded field of competitors. Oh, and I think Solo Sikoa is actually busted open from that knee. From Carmelo planting him on that knee on the outside. And now Solo Sikoa is pissed off. There is a solo maker from Solo Sikoa. And now battling on the outside here. Hayes flips him over for a neck breaker on the outside. We have a 5 count. And I'm still reeling from that announcement earlier on. A War Games matchup. We knew of one War Games matchup was going to happen. That was Damage Control versus Becky Lynch's team. But look at this. Look at her shoulder breaker, power side, no counter into a reverse DDT, Christian style, and a knee to follow up. And now we have a second one as kind of the main event on the SmackDown side of things. There's a 2 count. And that is the Bloodline. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso, followed by Solo Sikoa, and they're going to face Tyler Bate, Cody Rhodes, and Big E. There's a cover. 1, 2, no! As we take a look at some of the matches earlier on tonight, Bad Bunny got a win over one half of the Viking Raiders, Ivar. Legado del Fantasma, they defeated the team of Titus O'Neil and R-Truth. The Undertaker, he got a win over Top Dollar. Shotzi got a win in the women's division over Aaliyah. In the 5th match, we had a weird one. Omos and T-Bar of XXXL defeated Dexter Lumis and Dominic Mysterio. And finally, The Miz gets a win in singles action over Robert Roode. I mentioned Robert Roode earlier. The Miz trying to get some momentum going into... Oh, there's a headbutt by Solo Sikoa. Going into Survivor Series, trying to regain those tag team championships that him and Mansoor lost at SummerSlam. There's a super kick by Solo. Nevertheless, like I was saying, they're trying to regain those championships in a no-holds-barred match at Survivor Series for those tag team championships. And nevertheless, the Miz looking good here tonight. The Miz, you can see Hayes now. Carmelo going to the top. Looking for Solo to get back to his feet here. And, looking for a drop kick, no counter by Solo into the powerbomb. Going for a quick cover, no. And the adrenaline is running in this match here. Wait a minute. Samoan Spike. And just like that, Hayes is down for the count. 2 and 3. And Sikoa follows up with a huge win. And I can't believe it. So Sikoa countered. I think that was Hayes going for all or nothing but net. But countered there by Sikoa. And Sikoa followed up with a Samoan Spike. And he looks good as the Bloodline look to go into Survivor Series with the upper hand. And here is what it's all about. War Games. Bloodline versus Tyler Bate, Cody Rhodes, Big E, and a member that they have to find out. It's going to be a hell of a match. And moving on here with more singles action here tonight. Apollo Crews come down to the ring with his tag team partner, Otis. No, we really don't have a tag team name here with these guys. Again, if you have any kind of tag team name for Apollo Crews and Otis, shoot it down in the comment section down below. I'm always looking for the comments. I'm always seeing the comments. So if you have a tag team name for these two, please let it be known. I'm looking for literally anything. Nothing that's too out of the ordinary. But nevertheless, Apollo Crews coming down to the ring, usually for some tag team action, but tonight he's sticking his foot in some singles action here, one-on-one here tonight. And let's see who his opponent is here tonight. Oh boy, the man that returned at SummerSlam. That is Seth frickin' Rollins. He is dripped out here tonight. Looking for some one-on-one action. Whoa. Whoa. And Seth Rollins still has a rivalry with Booker T, stemming from a few months back. I mean, it stemmed from just a random tag team matchup, but then Booker T actually injured Seth Rollins in that tag team matchup with a sledgehammer, and it was just shot after shot after shot. And Seth Rollins made his intentions clear coming back at SummerSlam that the rivalry was not done and cost Booker T the Intercontinental Championship. And these guys have been at each other's throats for months and months and months. And I mean, there was a 6-man tag team match 2 weeks ago, but nevertheless, Booker T got the victory in that 6-man tag team match. So Seth Rollins, we all know the ego of Seth Rollins. He will not let this go until he gets that win back. But nevertheless, here we go, one-on-one action. Apollo Crews and Seth frickin' Rollins. Here we go. And the bell has rung. Second feature matchup here tonight. As you see, Apollo with that strength. He has the strength advantage in this matchup, that is for sure. And he is showcasing that pure dominant strength with a powerbomb deadlifting Seth Rollins for a second time. Picks him up and just slams him down in the middle of the ring, no less. And Seth Rollins, he's trying to get back into his winning ways that we all know he's capable of doing. You know, I mean, he's been a former world champion, former WWE champion. So he needs that momentum back in his favor if he ever wants to, compete for a championship once again. Could be the world, could be the Intercontinental. Wait a minute. And a Phoenix Splash. And, that was certainly a weird landing for both of those guys. But Apollo Crews gets the upper hand here. He's going for a submission while Seth Rollins is clearly on the ropes, ref, but nevertheless, Rollins Now gets him up. And oh, Hangman's elbow. And Apollo Crews just fizzles to the floor. And Rollins wants Apollo Crews to get back to his feet. Wait a minute. Seth with a plunge to the outside. And oh, he just lands right on his feet. And just like that, Apollo Crews is reeling in this matchup. Rollins looking good to start it off. Now picks him up into the Revolution knee. That ripcord knee from Rollins. And there's all business here tonight from Rollins. He's usually a happy-go-lucky guy. Very brash, very flamboyant, but that bell rings and he knows what he has to do to get back into the good graces of the rankings here on SmackDown. Into the apron, almost that ring post, but Rollins escapes back into the ring. Apollo Crews is going to follow him. But now Rollins into a sling blade. And it could be the end just like that too. No. Apollo Crews with the shoulder up. Now just a shot right to the nose of Crews, and now working over the limbs, going right after the arms, the foundation of his power. Wait a minute, another Revolution knee incoming, and just like that, another knee right to the face. And now Rollins, oh, he's gonna hook him up for a pedigree. A pedigree from Rollins, and Apollo Crews is starfished. And there is 1, 2, 3, and it is all over. Seth Rollins is your victor. Seth Rollins with the victory here. I'm just getting word with Seth Rollins with that victory, and with all the problems going on, Seth Rollins has a match at Survivor Series. It's going to be one-on-one, the grudge match. Seth Rollins one-on-one with Booker T at Survivor Series. This rivalry comes to a head at Survivor Series in a one-on-one matchup. Let's take a look at some of the other matches happening on the SmackDown side of things at Survivor Series, with the tag team titles on the line. The Succession are putting the titles on the line against the former champions Miz and Mansoor. Miz and Mansoor trying to get those titles back. But also the Intercontinental Championship. Ricochet, he will challenge Santos Escobar in what was quickly a personal rivalry here on SmackDown. But speaking of SmackDown, the main event is up next, a tag team matchup. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley and Asuka. And here comes the SmackDown Women's World Champion. Who's had her problems with both Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey for a month and a half now, even before SummerSlam. And there she is, the champion.
Is a handicap match.
Wait, what?
Introducing first from
handicap?
Adelaide, Australia, the WWE SmackDown Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley.
I'm just getting this information right now. Asuka has been taken out in the backstage area. And of course, conveniently, there's no cameras to show what happened, but I mean, we can only assume that Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey had something to do with that. So now it's been changed into a handicap match. Not only that, it's a 1-on-2 inside the ring tornado tag, or tornado rules. There was no tag happening. It is simply a 2-on-1 tornado style handicap match, and that means bad news for the champion, Rhea Ripley. I mean, she is fearless, she is indomitable, but it's going to be a tall order to not only face Shayna Baszler, but to also face Ronda Rousey. And here comes Shayna Baszler.
And her opponents, first from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
see a certain confidence oozing from Shayna Baszler. You can kind of tell that she had this plan all along to make this a handicap matchup. And her and Ronda Rousey, I mean, their plan is coming to fruition here in this main event of SmackDown. Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey versus Rhea Ripley to weaken Rhea Ripley going into just her reign as champion. There is no official match yet for Survivor Series when it comes to the SmackDown Women's World Championship.
And from Venice Beach, California, the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey.
And no pun intended, but you gotta think about the 1-2 punch that is Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey when you're Rhea Ripley. Shayna Baszler, for all intents and purposes, is the #1 contender for that SmackDown Women's World Championship, and Ronda Rousey is Miss Money in the Bank. For both of these best friends, that's going to be a hell of a thing to overcome, you know, for Rhea Ripley whenever, you know, we get an official match for that championship. But nevertheless, she has to deal with tonight. Nevertheless, a title match down the line. She has to deal with things here tonight. So Rhea Ripley, and look at this, Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey. Bella has rung. There was no tags in this matchup. Just both Rousey and Baszler going after Rhea at the same time. And like, what do you do? If you're Rhea Ripley, you can't kind of divide the ring. You can't fight on the outside. You just kind of deal with two MMA experts at the same time in the same ring. And now off the ropes into a punt kick. And this is already bad news for the champion here. And these two ladies can do whatever they feel, whatever they please to the champion right here. And oh, there's a counter there by the champ. She's got to fight back. There's no way that Rhea Ripley just lays down for both of these women here. Northern Light suplex takes down Baszler. But just like that, she has to deal with Ronda. And just like that, she has to deal with Shayna. It's back and forth here. But right now, she's doing a hell of a job taking down Baszler, then gonna take down Ronda, but no. And look at this, oh, counter there by the champ. And now takes down Ronda, so, you know, right now she's doing okay. But just like that, I mean, just facing one of these women in a match is tough on itself, but both of them is crazy. And now, Rousey, look at this combination into the knee strike. And there's no knee pad to protect Rhea Ripley with that move. And look at this, off the top rope here. Rousey with the flying forearm onto the outside, and Rhea is certainly feeling those damages here. And she's trying to maybe talk herself into this matchup. She is not one to back down. She's going to slide right back into the ring, into the fold, into the fire. And now a double team maneuver, double Russian leg sweep. And so close to the Survivor Series. Wait a minute. Into the ripcord elbow. Rhea Ripley cannot afford an injury. But facing these two women who are so astute, so educated, and just taking down the limbs and, you know, working over the ligaments of their opponents, it's going to be tough for Rhea Ripley to not walk out of here without or walk out of here with an injury. It's going to be tough not to. And Ripley just slides to the outside again, and now Baszler, she's now her turn to go up top here. Ripley getting back to her feet. And oh, there's a flying elbow now by Baszler. Oh no, just drop kick. And this is a little tough to watch. I mean, they've given her multiple attempts to just walk out of here, but I think Shayna Baszler knows Rhea Ripley a little too well, that she knows that she just won't back down. She'll never quit. John Cena style. And now look at this. 10:31 from Rhea Ripley, and now looking for an ankle lock. An ankle lock onto Ronda Rousey. Hooks the figure four in as well. And Baszler, surprisingly, not even going to worry about it. I think she knows that Rousey can get out of it pretty easily. And now a 5 count, and now into the barricade goes Ripley. Wait a minute. Is this going for a kendo stick? We all know the dealings with weapons for Baszler and Rousey. She loves those palm strikes. She loves the strikes in general, but also loves just taking a weapon and just injuring their opponents. Now into the ring goes Ripley. Now with this, going for an armbar here. Now Ripley, what is she going to do? Is she going to tap out? No, counters and pushes Shayna Baszler off. And she's still going to try her best here in this matchup. There's a little too much to overcome here. Now we're looking over some clotheslines. Oof. And now just looking for anything in this matchup, but Baszler's right there to break up the pin. And now another 10-31. But Ronda Rousey's back on her feet here. And looking for a knee. No. She simply just missed it. And now this into the riptide. Looking for the riptide. She counters. No. I thought Rousey was going to counter that, but no. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Baszler now has Ripley into the Kirifuda clutch. And Ripley looking for a way to get out. Ripley, is she? No, she has to tap. And the plan of Baszler and Rousey works as well as they would hoped.
Here are your winners, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Rousey and Baszler get the victory here tonight, but this is not the end that we'll hear from this. Ripley, you gotta think Ripley is gonna want some revenge on these two women. But nevertheless, Rousey and Baszler get the victory. And guys, that'll do it for me here on SmackDown. I will see you on Monday Night Raw for the go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown going into Survivor Series.